I stand here now between life and death, blessed at best to be expressing inspiration and expiration of breath flowing into breath, and standing here in flesh and bone, it seems that I was born and shall venture toward the tomb. Yet, is it truly from the womb that I have come? For I sense a depth beyond these bones, an underlying core to the stillness of my existence, where my heart slows its beating and time stops its ticking. Into some omnipresence I am melting. And am I seeing through illusion, beyond past confusion? Or is it a delusion? A senseless view from the divided eye inside of my mind, living out some selfish lie. I feel full, however, and in my fullness there is a wholeness, and I wonder, am I a part of this whole? A piece of the puzzle being put together piece by piece, where we all fit, where we all have a place. And when we come together like this, the picture starts to make sense. And am I a piece of that cake in the eternal flames baked, the ovens of creation where the first word hath spake? Only to reverberate off the cavernous walls of the spiraled nautilus shell that echoes the ocean inside of us all, even if it be miles from the shore. And rising up, that vibration waves goodbye, taking part in evaporation, where flowing streams meet the sky. And am I that drop that emancipates itself from the fluffy cloud sermon, where shadow and light shed their tears, only to journey on the tail of sweet fresh air, back to the pools of whence it came, as the cycle continues, effortlessly, with a very certain harmony? And am I that crop, the result of that drop, impregnating the fertile soils of the earth, that seed springing forth in such a spring to blossom the elegant petals of a lotus toward the warm, loving light of a burning sphere of gas? Is this all a test? Has the future already come to pass? Have we already arrived, come and gone through an infinite time and again? Further shall I pretend? Pretend to be that spark of lust, pheromone and animalistic desire that lingers between two seemingly strangersome eyes, only to familiarize as flaming embers reignite to merge sacred lovers late into the night. And am I the thoughts that float between the ears, the ideas that hover and exchange between the minds of men and gods, to contemplate and appreciate the aesthetic charm and aroma emanating from such a flower, or to ponder on one atom in the universe, giving birth to magnitudes of life over epochs of time, one droplet of water, scanning the sky, cleansing the germ, at home, and never separate from the one ocean where all droplets originated. Maybe I'm all these things, maybe not. I sense something more, however, something incorporating, yet incorporeal of all. And maybe I'm not even myself. I mean, the name and the form, it dies. I sense something more, something that hides behind. For maybe we are not who we think we are. I mean, there can be found no fixed qualities of you or me personally, nothing set in stone, nothing to grasp at except maybe with a quantum-like clasp. And this is science reminding me of my divinity, that the world outside of me is a hologram of information and energy, of bouncing atoms, moving through grace, that contain mostly pure empty space, lying in wait for the artist inside of us, the genius within us, the image and the likeness of God, to spy the ultimate perfection of systems in nature, dreams and astounding patterns in our eyes. And am I really I? Am I really this or really that? If this and that is all there is, then it has to be singular. Therefore, if I am that I am, then one and one must be one. And I am therefore the all-seeing eye of the I and I. You see, I sense a trickery in this symmetry, in this duality. A grand curtain pulled before our eyes where we are the play of actors so real that we ourselves have forgotten the unconscious roles and methods we're performing and acting in our mundane interactions. For we know this game well, and this game knows us even more so. We know that our five senses lie to us, that there is so much they do hide from us. Yet, what a wonderful reflection of the magnificent mind of creation, perceiving itself in the mirror. And atop of the mountain where my oar stands before me at all I can see, such complex simplicity, such imaginative imagery, such enthralling poetry, a stretching mirage, or the movement of a hand. The coincidences that emerge when I let go of plans and give my life up to unseen hands, where I'm drifting in rhythms of invisible rivers, lets me know that the timeless beckons me to the eternal sea of which I once swam. And to bathe there again is to awaken refreshed, here and now, as our minds evolve, expand, and grow here in this divine illusion, here in this divine reality. For I hear it, and you shall not fear it. If only I could make it known that we are of spirit and not flesh and bone. And so it goes. The more I know I don't know. However, the further I move into the unknown, into the mysterious, the closer I am, the more I see myself. And one thing can be known to me now, that standing here in flesh and in bone, standing here between life and death, the greatest experience we can have is this breath.